guys, and welcome to the Back to Me podcast, where we let go of everything that's not us so we can receive everything that's meant for us. So we can let go of what's not serving us, what's not for our highest good, our greatest joy, and so we can take the path back to our truest self, our most powerful self, our most fulfilled self. So if you're first time here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. It's great to have you. I truly appreciate you listening to every episode. This episode is about don't wish for the life of another, but only wish to create the life that you truly want for you. Okay, so often today I hear people, especially young entrepreneurs, I work with a lot of young entrepreneurs, and they always want, and I was like this myself, I guess, but we always want what we see other people have. And it's not just young entrepreneurs. I think people of all ages, I don't think we lose it. But oftentimes we get caught up in this desire for something that we think looks good. Okay, that person has a great job, that person has a great business, that person lives in this country, that person lives in this city, they have this kind of relationship, whatever it may be. They have this type of car, it could be anything, okay? And, very often people get a lot of stress, they get a lot of heartache, they get a lot of hurt because they're chasing something that's not really for them. And this comes back to something I'm always talking about on this podcast, which is awareness and clarity, and obviously getting in alignment. And obviously when you don't have clarity, when you don't focus on alignment, when you focus on ego and things you think you want, you often get lost. So don't wish to have the life that somebody else has. Wish to create the life that you truly want. So this episode today is really about you taking inventory. It's about asking the new questions of what do I really want? And to bring it to the front of your awareness. Are you looking at what other people have and thinking that you want it? Are you looking at other people's lives, things they have, whether it's income or the health or the fitness or the relationship? Are you looking at other things, career, level of success in a career? Maybe you're in the same career and someone has more success. It's okay to want more success. It's okay to want more in life. But what's most important is to want what's meant for you. Because it's my belief that what you feel in your heart, what you can touch, taste, smell, hear, what you really, truly know in your heart is for you, I believe it's already yours. You just have to allow yourself to receive it. That's my belief. And I think oftentimes we don't get what we want because we're looking for something that's not truly for us. We're looking for what, especially today with social media, which is fantastic, and YouTube, that you can see other people's lives. I love that about social media today, that, like, for example, I share kind of my life and I follow people, and, we all follow people that maybe inspire us or educate us. I think that's fantastic, as long as we know when to use it and how to use it and how much of it, how much weight we give it. But I think too much weight has been given to that. When we see other people's lives and we think, oh, I want that because it looks good, it looks glamorous. And especially today, whether it's on social media or on TV or Netflix or in the movies, with the right music and the right coloring and the right effects, it can really tap into our emotions. And that's what movies do, if you think about it. The movies that get us excited. Like when you watch that Mission Impossible movie, you get excited. You feel the energy, you feel the rush, or Top Gun, or I think Tom Cruise makes those movies, right, where you're like really, really excited and part of it, and it's thrilling. That's what movies are designed to do, to arouse the emotions. Sad movies make you sad. Happy movies make you happy. Scary movies make you scared. That's what movies do. And now today, with the accessibility and the cameras and the technology that everybody has access to make mini movies, they can evoke emotion in us. So maybe you're following people and they're creating really cool reels about their life. And you think, oh, I want that. And again, it's okay to be inspired by it and to want a piece of it or want to taste it, to taste the flavor of what that might be like. But I think too often people become obsessed with what's not for them, what looks good. Famous cliche, like the grass is always greener, right? On the other side. But I think it's very important that you check in with yourself to think, do I really want that? I often say, we get so caught up in what we think we want because it's based on what we know, but what we know is so limited. We want magic here, but actually there's miracles out here. If we can allow ourselves to receive, if we can clear our mind of illusion, if we can raise our awareness and get back in alignment with our truth, and we allow ourselves to receive from God, from the universe, because I believe God knows better than you do. The universe has a bigger plan. Our human minds are a little bit limited in that sense. I think we can tap into it and we can receive it. Again, that's the whole mission of Back to Me. I believe the closer we get back to me, the healthier and cleaner our mind and bodies are. We can receive higher vibrations, higher frequencies. We receive messages, guidance that's for us. I know that's been the case in my life. You know, I've received so many blessings in my life. I continue to have blessings rain down upon me on a daily basis for years and years and years, because I allow myself to receive what I think I may want and to receive unexpectedly. Because I believe I receive miracles. It's out here. You've heard me say it before. You know what you know, and you know what you don't know. But you have no idea. You don't know what you don't know. You've no idea what you don't know. You only know what you know, and you know what you don't know. But you don't know what you don't know. And that's huge. That's unlimited. That's immeasurable. And you have to allow yourself to receive. And that's why when you're praying, or when you're wanting to manifest, when you're asking God or the universe and you're trying to get the things you want, you believe you want, you have to allow yourself to receive unexpectedly. But you have to ask. I teach my clients to ask for what's my highest good. What's for my highest good? What's for my greatest joy? That's what I'm getting chills as I say this to you guys. That's what you should be asking for. What's for my highest good and for my greatest joy? Not only what they have, or what they have, or what I think I want. It's so limited. And it could be fear-based. It could be ego-based. You want to allow yourself what's for your greatest joy and your highest good. It's so powerful. It's so beyond your limited mind. You can only see so much. You can only hear so much. There's miracles there for you. So again, allow yourself to be inspired, guys, by others. I love looking at getting ideas, getting inspiration, getting guidance. You should only follow people that truly inspire you. And again, you should keep that circle small and I think a lot of people follow too many and they're trying to get pieces of everything. What I would say, if there's something that's important to you in your life, like a level of fitness, find 2 or 3 people, for example, that exactly emanate that level of fitness. They embody it, that health and fitness mindset you want, and then master that. And then go and find others who have different things. But if you're, again, looking at such a broad spectrum of not just people, but things, situations, ideas that you think you want for you, and it's too many, what does your brain focus on? What does your energy and attention focus into if there's so much chaos, so much noise? So that's why I say with my clients, we work in seasons. You know, I don't believe in balance necessarily. I think we should become obsessed with an area of our life that we want to give attention to, that we want to heal, that we want to grow, that we want to nourish and nurture. You know, I think we should have standards for all aspects of our life. We should have standards across the board that we don't dip below. Now, life happens. Sometimes we do. But again, with more awareness, we become higher. Standards become higher, and we maintain a higher standard for longer. Okay? However, there's going to be areas of your life at certain times where you want to put extra attention. Like in the summer, you nurture your garden more, right? You water the plants. Okay? You take more time and attention at that time of year because that's when they need it. Well, there's certain aspects of your life you want to give more attention to, that you want to nourish more at certain times. Okay, so the message here today of this episode is to find out what are those things that are truly for you, that are meant for you. So number one, like I just said, just limit the amount of people you're exposing to, the amount of ideas, the amount of concepts. Focus on a couple. What aspects of your life are burning inside you right now? Are relationships important? You want to put your attention onto that? Then pour yourself into that. Is your health important to you now? Pour yourself into that. Is your business, your career right now, is that what wants the most attention? Is that what's most alive inside of you? Then pour yourself into that right now. Okay, you don't have to do all things at all times and be everything to everyone. That's not what it's about. But again, I think if you're looking at too much of a variety of topics on YouTube or Netflix or books you're reading or podcasts you're listening to, your brain's there's too many things. Okay, you have to laser down into something. You have to focus on something for a while to get the result, to get the outcome. Okay, you have to put energy into it. When you put Energy flows where attention goes, right? You have to feed energy, and that comes to your intention. But again, don't wish for the life of another. Wish for the life that's truly yours, that's meant for you, that you feel in your heart. You know, since you're a child, you care about family. You know, you care about career. You know, you care about, and there's different things at different times. You know, you care about your sport. Like if you're obsessed with sport when you're younger, watching it, for example, and now it's 10 years later, 15 years later, and you're still obsessed with that, but other areas of your life are suffering, are you truly living? Are you truly free? Are you inspired? Maybe not. Okay, so get clear on the aspect of your life that you want to focus on now, but just make sure it's what's for you. Make sure it's it's for your highest good and greatest. So you know in your heart, you can feel it. And listen to the other episode on the law of assumption, because when it's in your heart, it's already yours. It's already done. A lot of your suffering, guys, is coming from you want what others have. You know, I used to have that. Sometimes I see other people with big channels or big podcasts or big YouTube. And I said, well, you know, in 2012, 13, I was traveling around the world, speaking on stage, tens of thousands of people a year at 26, 27 years old. So why don't I? Well, I didn't put my energy into social media, into YouTube at all, until now only. So I used to think, oh, I want that, or they have it. And 5 years ago, they were doing nothing. And 10 years ago, I was speaking on stage already. And 15 years ago, I was speaking on stage. That's ego, that's fear, that's mind, that's looking at others instead of coming back to you. Check out that other episode. It's not them, it's you. It's always you. Okay, but I knew I have to focus on me, do what's best for me. Everything is perfect. Everything happens perfectly. Whether you learn it now or you learn it later, that's your choice. But you always have the choice to learn it now. You always have the choice. And I think if you're listening to the Back to Me podcast, if you're getting coached by me, either one-to-one or in the Back to Me group coaching, if you're reading my book when it comes out, you're listening to your higher self. I believe your higher self is always communicating with you. I believe your spirit always wants to evolve and go higher. I believe your truth is always there. And the more you start to listen to that intuition, the more you start to trust your intuition, I think the sooner you move towards that higher version of you. You have to trust your intuition. You have to listen to yourself. And again, to do that, you need silence. I have a YouTube video on that. You should check it out. The most important thing in your life is probably silence. It's what you least expect. Because there's so much noise and distraction. How can you receive what's for you if you don't allow silence? Okay? A lot of people get caught up on meditation. At this stage, I keep it very simple, silence. Because there's so much, people think with meditation, I have to get something out of it. Then you're not meditating. I've experienced the deepest level of meditation in my life when I dissolved. I call it dissolving into yourself, into oneness, into no mind. I've experienced that. And that's how I know we need nothing. I've experienced how connected we are to everything around us. But it's because of our human mind and the world we live in today that we're distracted from that. We're pulled away from that. And it's only through meditation, to ultimately silence and dissolving back into ourselves, that we can find our truth again. And it's not easy. I know, and there's an episode, there's no easy or hard. But it's very unconditioned for us today to sit in silence. We are conditioned for distraction. And I know, on my heart, the way to find true peace, love, acceptance of ourselves and others is by going within. Is it easy to go there? Maybe not. Do I get there all the time? Definitely not. Am I working on, is that my journey too? Absolutely. But that's silence and looking within, that's where our truth is. And you might not have to go fully within to totally be free right now. That's part of the journey. That takes time. But to find out who you are and what kind of life you can be living, you can do that right now by going within, by asking yourself, what do I truly want? Using your imagination with your heart to feel what's for you. So again, don't wish to have the life someone else has. Just create the life you want to have. Create what's your dream, what's fulfilling for you. What do you do best with the least amount of effort? What would you do all day without being paid for? What lights you up? What involves contribution, the service of others? How do you help people? What skills do you have from all your experience? What things have you overcome that have given you knowledge and experience that other people don't have that could help other people? All of these things will help you awaken to who you're meant to be. I have my clients design a day in their life, 2-3 years out. What does that life look like? What do you do when you wake up in the morning? Who's with you? Where are you? What's your life like? What's your business like? What's your career? What's your relationship? What's your health? Feel that, see it, touch it, taste it, hear it, smell it. Engage your senses, but make sure it's yours, not what other people have. When I was younger, there was a lot of things I thought I wanted. Again, I thought I wanted, but I didn't. It wasn't for me. And when I allowed myself to open up, I received way more. I received way more than if I just got what I thought I wanted. There's so many blessings there for you. But you have to tap into that. You have to let go. You have to let go of the control. Control is the most addictive drug in the world. You have to let go. You have to surrender. I know there's resistance to that. Sometimes I have resistance to that because we want to control things. No, you have to let go. The more you let, and it's the same with the meditation and silence, when you let go, because again, when you're trying to control and get it, you lose it because you have it already. That's the crazy thing I had in my awakening with the meditation is I have to get it. I have to go and find that. You can't. You lost it. You already have it. That was what was so freeing from you. We don't have to go and get anything. Everything we're searching for is within us. And that's what Back to Me is about. If we can get within us, we'll realize we are perfectly placed. We are exactly where we want to be and need to be. And once we do that, now we can receive. See, you don't realize how much noise is in your mind. You don't realize how many burdens you're carrying because you're asleep to it. That's why we're here to wake you up. Because you don't realize how many messages are trying to get through to you that you can't hear right now. Because it's blocked by noise, by fear, by doubt, by what you think you should have by now at this stage of your life, or where you live, or with your experience. That comes to me, those thoughts come to me occasionally. Or you could be doing more, you could be here, you could be there. That's fear, that's doubt, that's illusion. That's the ego, that's your shadow self. That's the dark side. That's not the light and the love, because the light and the love is knowing where you are, knowing yourself, accepting where you are, trusting yourself. And you don't have to accept a place that's lower than where you belong. You don't have to accept something that's less than what you want. By accepting it, you realize, okay, I'm here now by my choices. Now I can make new choices and I can change direction. I can elevate myself. I can elevate myself anytime I want. That's what the acceptance gives you. It doesn't mean settling and I have to stay here and poor me and this is where I'm at. No, as soon as you accept this is the way it is because of my choices. And as soon as you realize that all those things I thought I wanted aren't for me and I'm focused on what is for me, now I'm free. Now I can start to choose really where do I want to go, who do I want to be, and you'll receive blessings. You'll receive synchronicities. And I guarantee you you've had this in your life at times where things kind of flow to you. How did that happen? This conversation, this door opened, this introduction was made, this deal got done easily. It's because you were in that flow state, that synchronicity. You were really in vibration. You were in frequency with truth. Truth is the key, guys, not just to a healthy relationship, not just to have a successful relationship with clients and customers in your business, but for you to have a relationship with yourself. You have to have absolute truth with who you are. Okay, so again, let this be another type of wake-up call to say, am I searching for things that aren't for me? Am I comparing against someone or something that's not really me? You have your own lane and your mission should be to find your lane. And I promise you, like I said a minute ago, everything is there ready for you. It's in your heart and it's in your mind. It's in your whole body, ready to communicate with you. If you can get the other noise out of the way, the other distraction out of the way. That's why you have to go within. That's why you have to truly go within and listen. It's harder to listen today because there's so much noise and distraction around. And every time you're complaining, and I'm guilty of this as much as anybody, every time you're complaining about something, every time you're talking about something, every time you're looking here instead of here, you're missing out the gifts that are from God. Like God is within us. Back to Me is God's presence in you, the creator. If you don't believe in God, whatever you believe in, the creator, the universe, however you're comfortable right now. But I believe there's a creator. And I believe we are co-creators. And I've experienced that God's presence in us. And when you do, there's no mind. You are connected to it. Our mission is to get back to that, to realize we are enough, we are full, we are free, And then just to live in alignment with that, with you. And you are a gift and you are unique. You don't have to be like anybody else. You don't have to do like anybody else does. So that's why we do divorcing your parents with my clients. I divorce the parents a lot of the time because a lot of people are living like they think their parents want them to live still, even though they're 20, 30, 40 years old. You have to let go of that. You have to let go of who you think you should be because of what others told you or what's unspoken. Like, there's a lot of unspoken expectations around all of us. This is who my mom thinks I should be and what I should do. And that stops you taking action on what you know you should do. This is what my sister, my brother, my family, people from my area, this is what it's unspoken, but it's what we should do. Our friends groups, all my friends live like this. I'm supposed to live like this. No, you're not. You're supposed to live like you. And when you realize that everything happens for me, not to me, you realize you chose to be there so you can learn this lesson. Everything is designed for you to learn the lesson, guys. So you can find that truth. It's all there. You're going to realize everything is there ready for you, waiting. So again, you have to let go of everything that's in the way so you can just be you. And that's the message today. Be you. You are enough. Don't wish for someone else's life. Only wish for your life. And don't even wish for it because you have it. Just receive it. Allow yourself to receive it. Remember the episode on the law of assumption. Assume it's already yours because it is already yours. You have to feel it in your heart. About 2 years ago, I've had a lot of mini awakenings. Last year, over a year ago, was the biggest one. But I had one about 2 years ago when I saw this church and I saw this picture of Jesus. And I saw this light emanating from the heart. And I noticed in that moment, every picture of Jesus, nearly all of them, it was light emitting from the heart. And about 2 years before that, or a year before that, I had, in one of my experiences, this sentence came to me: the kingdom we are seeking is in our heart. Everything we are looking for is in our heart. And I've been reading a lot about heartfulness, and I've been talking about this for years. But when I saw that, the heart, I realized, wow, it's right in front of us the whole time. Every image of Jesus Christ has the heart open and light, because the heart is the key. And again, I think that's the secret. It's not a secret at all. It's right in front of us, but no one notices it. We're always thinking about what we think we want, the mind, ego, fear, doubt, mostly ego. But it's actually from the heart. Go into that. Find out what's for you. Stop wishing for someone else's success. Stop wishing for someone else's life. Your life is perfect. You are perfect. And if you can start to begin to know yourself, and you will love yourself, now you're going to be alive every day and everything will be better. I promise you, abundance will flow to you. Money will flow to you, because we're destined to have all the abundance on this earth. But when we're living in fear and we're focused on ourselves and not thinking about the bigger picture, when we're not trusting and having faith. So faith, I'm a big believer in faith over fear. It's a big part of my awareness lately, is faith over fear. You have to have faith over fear. Once you do that, you will see how miraculous this world is. Miracles can happen, and they do happen, and they will happen for you if you just allow it, if you can get clarity. So that's today's message, guys. I really, really hope that resonated with you. I hope you felt it. I hope, often people say to me, the episodes are short, but they're dense. There's a lot in it. I know there is. So if you want to go back and most people write to me, they always say, I'm listening to your episodes over and over again. Do listen, pause, reflect, have your journal out. Like I say, everyone should have a back to me journal. Every person that starts coaching with me, they have a back to me journal. You have to write down what you're feeling. You have to write down what you want. And I look back and I find my notes from years ago, and I see everything I wrote. I'm living everything I wrote. Okay, all the things that were truth, that were right for me, I see it there. The evidence is there. It's amazing. So I know this works. Okay, I know this works. But take notes, reflect on it, feel it. Allow yourself to sit with it in silence, not with music, not with something else. Just sit and feel it. And, I guarantee you, I don't like the word guarantee, but I promise you, I prefer promise. I promise you, you will feel different. You will start to see a shift. You will start to feel different. You will start to receive more and more miracles. So if you like this episode, guys, please leave a rating. So if you're on Spotify or iTunes or Amazon or anywhere else, please give a like, leave a comment if you like it. I would love to hear from you on Instagram at Aidan O'Brien Official. Please send me a message if you like the podcast. Share it with a friend. If you know someone who resonate with this or the other episodes, that means a lot to me. That's what fuels me and feeds me, is more and more people hearing this message. You can visit the AidanO'Brien.com, my website as well, if you'd like to book a consultation call. If you'd like to find out about Back to Me coaching, either one-to-one or the group coaching. I really look forward to talking to you guys in the future. I'm so happy to be with you on this journey. There's so many of you now over the last year on this. We're coming up on a year of Back to Me that we started this whole journey. It was this time last year we really kicked off the podcast and everything. So I'm so thrilled. I knew in my heart, it came to me like it was in that awakening. This was the way to go. And I can clearly see that over the last year, this has been incredible. It's touched a lot of people. And I still feel like we're only at the beginning. We're only scratching the surface. So that's it for today. And I will see you in the next episodes. Peace. I hope you enjoyed that episode, guys. If you'd like to find out more about working with me, you can visit theaidanobrien.com. That's THE@AidanO'Brien.com. You can find out more about what I do, my coaching, my mentoring, or if you want me to deliver a training or a keynote for your company or organization, you can do everything through theaidanobrien.com. You can also find me on Instagram at Aidan O'Brien Official. I love hearing from you. I'd like to know if you're enjoying the podcast, or maybe there's some topics you'd like to hear more of. You can find me on Instagram. Also, I have a YouTube channel under Aidan O'Brien, and also the Back to Me podcast also has its own YouTube channel. So make sure you share this with a friend if you like what you heard. Again, love to hear from you, and I will see you soon.